I don't think anyone has that fragrance and loves it, to be honest. It's starting to go pretty vile. To, like, cut a long story short, it really smells awful, to my nose at least. That went right in my face. I'm having a hard time. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Perfume Vegas. I'm Holly Golightly, and in case you noticed, my backdrop disappeared. I couldn't get it to stay up, so I have to figure out some new configuration for that. So once again, reminded clearly I'm in my closet. See you here and there. I'm doing a tag video today. I'm doing the most likely to, I think is the name of the tag, most likely to tag. For the perfume community, the FragCom, this was revamped from the beauty community, the makeup portion of the beauty community, by Joss Jane, and she challenged creators in FragCom to do the tag, so that's what I'm going for today. Due to the fact that I have got so much stuff going on right now, and I don't like doing that. I like to have the actual perfume, but I am decluttering and sending stuff out. I'm going to be traveling. I'm doing just some reorganization stuff, getting things changed. So it is what it is. Anyway, I hope that you will enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I have everything written down in my handy dandy notebook. If you can dream it, you can do it. It's almost full, and then I'll need a new handy dandy notebook. But let's go. See if I can read my own writing. The first question, most likely to smell amazing after a long day. And for this scent, I chose Bois 1920 Sushi Imperial. I wore this. Now, it is not a summer fragrance. This is definitely more a fall winter fragrance. But I wore this for hours around my house, just doing housework, and I was outdoors a little bit. I had to go run up to the office and get some post stuff done. Once the fragrance, of course, it has its stages, the opening, in the middle notes, but once it gets to the dry down and it's just a really rich, kind of creamy, sweet, woody fragrance, it stays like that. It just sticks to your skin and it does not go anywhere, and it smells so bomb. So I can definitely see why there was a lot of hype about this fragrance previously. It's well worth it. It's really good, and it is definitely going to smell amazing after a long day. The number 2 question, most likely to use for Halloween. I imagine that with makeup they meant like color wise, or perhaps like lips or whatever, but it's an interesting concept for fragrance, like holiday specific fragrances, because I could definitely think of scents that are specific to me for like Christmas or summer holidays especially. Halloween is not one that I usually really consider too much. I'm not that into it. It's not a big thing for me. But when I had to think about the fragrances that I have and the ones that I would wear, it was the Kat Von D scent Adora that came to mind. That fragrance is horrible. Like, and I say that in the most kind and loving way from a person who bought it for $10 from Sephora during their Black Friday sale like a decade ago. Okay, it's like super out of date. I'm sure it smells totally off. I don't even know what it smelled like originally anymore. Now all it smells like is like pink pepper bomb, and I can't. But it is so strong and so potent that you literally would smell like a monster. Sorry to anyone who has that fragrance and loves it. They would be selling 100 ml bottles for $10 if there was anyone that really loved it. So my choice for most likely to wear for Halloween was Kat Von D Adora. Number 3, most likely to land me the job. I have talked about this before, and my choice is Mont Blanc Presence de Femme. It is so, I don't know what the word, that there's a word to encapsulate the entire feeling of this fragrance. Again, sorry about messing with my hair. But I have worn this scent on multiple job interviews. Like, I am a interview professional, and 9 times out of 10 I get a job offer. So every time I've been offered a job, I've been wearing this Mont Blanc. So it's super versatile. It works for like any type of situation where you don't want to be offensive with your fragrance, but it also has a very professional, elevated feel. But it also isn't too heavy or strong. So although you do project a very feminine, well, for me, it's a very feminine feel, a very classy kind of vibe, you don't overwhelm anyone. It like plays with so many different aspects of the best parts of fragrance. It's a perfect all-around fragrance. Mont Blanc Presence de Femme. Perfect. The most likely to wear to ring in New Year's Eve. Again, I wouldn't like wear, I don't really think about fragrances for holidays like that. And I also am long past the days where I do anything to ring in New Year's Eve. I'm barely able to stay awake for fireworks these days. But if I were going to go to a party or do some sort of event, I would want a fragrance that was very bubbly and feminine and beautiful, but also sort of sexy, like I really want somebody to kiss me. And what I think about when I think of that, of course, is something from Chanel. And from Chanel, it has to be Coco Mademoiselle if you want something sexy, kiss me, come hither type of vibe. So my scent choice to ring in New Year's Eve would be Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. The only fragrance from this list that I don't own, actually. So there's something. Well, don't own anymore. Well, actually, I did own Coco Mademoiselle, so what am I talking about? Number 5, most likely to get decluttered. So I just put up a decluttering video. So you saw all of the things that I got decluttered. I have sold everything but one item. Yeah, everything but one item. So what I'm going to specifically point out are Teazzurra by Aqua Allegoria, and Feerie Ruby from Van Cleef & Arpels, but I'm going to use Feerie Ruby for this particular question because I, unfortunately, very unfortunate, I went through a stage where I loved pepper note, pink pepper, green pepper, black pepper. I loved a pepper note in fragrance, and for some reason, pink pepper has really started not working with my skin chemistry. So I have been decluttering all of my pink pepper fragrances. I do have a few fragrances left. For example, D&G has a pink pepper note, but it is not a top note. It is like a mid or base note, so it's not too bad. Excuse me. But I have started to declutter my pink pepper heavy fragrances. I think most of them are gone now, to be honest, though. Number 6, most likely to attract a specific person, a special person. I only wrote down most likely to attract person. Wait, Holly, what person? I don't know. Anyway, I'm assuming it's like a specific person or a special person that you want to attract. And for me personally, it would be Angel, but I'm not using it to attract really because everyone knows that I wear that anyway. But what I have worn and have noticed a response from my preferred gender other person, which would be men, is that Prada Candy Night gets a very good response. And I'm not surprised. It has that really vanilla sort of like gourmand vibe and feeling. But it is also a sexy, it's like a sexy but sweet vibe, like a schoolgirl, but like naughty schoolgirl fantasy kind of vibe. But it's not schoolgirl, like it's not creepy like that. It's just that sort of idea that the person who's wearing this smells sweet but could get really sexy and naughty and kind of wild. I don't think I put that into the best words, but I hope that you get my drift. But Prada Candy Night, for attracting a specific person, especially if you've already got plans to meet them, or you want to meet them, or you want to attract somebody in with scent. Yeah, heck yeah. Prada Candy Night. So number 7, most likely to be my new fave. Ooh. The answer for this, if you're going with wearing, like, because I have a lot of favorite perfumes, but my new fave that I wear a ton is the Quatre Absolu de Nuit from Boucheron. It's not even that it's so, like, there's nothing amazing about it. It's not amazing, it's not special, but it's just so freaking easy to wear, and I can spray it on anytime. It doesn't last too long, like, so it's not gonna be like sitting on my skin making me sick 15 hours later. It's just such a nice, easy, pleasant fragrance. I've already gone through quite a bit. This was, you can't really tell, but yeah, so Quatre Absolu de Nuit. Is that what it's called? I don't even know if that was what it's called. By Boucheron. Number 8, most likely to get me in trouble. Do we mean in trouble like here? Like you and me? Because, I mean, I'm to get myself in trouble no matter what, because I always end up just blabbing like an idiot. But if we mean in trouble, like, in a situation, I'm gonna get in a situation, it's gonna be Asian Provocateur de Parfum. I've talked about that fragrance before on this channel. Again, it's a sexy oriental fragrance. I think it's a beautiful fragrance, but it is a little bit difficult to wear if you don't particularly care for oriental vibes. So I don't think it's a good blind buy. It's super sexy though if you are into oriental fragrances, and it is definitely like a come hither, rip my clothes off and let's get in trouble sort of vibe. I'm not even gonna lie. That's where I'm going with that answer in my mind. So, okay, tells you a lot about my state of mind. Number 9, most likely to be in a regrets video. Okay, so I'm going to actually go ahead and use my other decluttered fragrance that I'd mentioned, Aqua, Allegoria, Teazzurra. And the problem with Teazzurra isn't that I dislike the fragrance. It's actually a very beautiful fragrance. It just doesn't work for me. There is something about these very strong astringent type of notes that I have problems with. They make my throat irritated. So that's just particular to me, and that just may be the way that my body chemistry makes them. But Aqua Allegoria fragrances in general are really easy to blind buy, and then really easy to find out you don't like them, that you actually don't like what it smells like. You know, I have had so many videos where I have seen people recommending different Aqua Allegoria fragrances, Herba Fresca, Limon Verde, Mandarin Basilic, Rosa Rosa. I'm trying to think of them, but because there's so many. But that's gonna get you in trouble, because I guarantee you that there's some of those fragrances that I would think that I would like, and I'd get them and I'd be like, whoa, holy crap, that actually smells awful. And then there's probably a ton of other ones that I think that I would never like, but if I actually smelled them before purchasing, I would be like, that's actually really amazing. So riddle me that. What was I thinking? I thought I was going to have a gorgeous bottle on my counter. That's what. That's all. Let's go past that. Number 10, most likely to finish. So oh shit. That was why I didn't want to have fragrances like from my counter. Anyway, so I have 2 fragrances here that I've been trying to finish for years, and for some reason, they've gotten to a certain point and they don't get any lower, no matter how much I spray them. Again, the same D&G, I swear it has been at this level for like the past 4 years, and I spray it constantly, especially during the fall and winter. I wear this almost every day. I don't know. I'm never going to finish that. That's most likely to never be finished because it's a weird refilling bottle. Same goes for Prada Candy Floral here. This one I've had at half-mast like for a decade. I don't even think it's been out for a decade. Maybe it has. Actually, I don't know. I can't get rid of this. I swear, these 2 bottles, like fairies, like stinky perfume fairies, come in and refill them at night. I don't know what's wrong with me with that, but I can't get rid of it. What I do think I am going to use up, what I am most likely to actually finish, and probably this summer, is the Issey Miyake L'Odyssée Shade of Sunrise. It didn't come full, but it came a lot fuller than this. This smells, so good. It's like the most beautiful beachy sunny scent without being suntan oil, which I don't like at all. I should have added in a different video when I was talking about that, if you ever tried or liked the Urban Decay Go Naked rollerball oil, the Shade of Sunrise is very similar, just a little bit less like suntan oil. This is more orange blossomy, I think. Yeah. And that's more like, I want to say like frangipani or tiara or something like that. So anyway, that was my most likely to finish, as well as my most likely to never finish for some reason. Okay. Number 11, most likely to be complimented on, is Angelique Noire from Guerlain. I can just flat out tell you that fragrance has gotten me more compliments, I think, than any other fragrance that I own. I'm not sure why either, because it's, as much as I love it and it's a beautiful fragrance, I plan to repurchase it. I'm not sure what it is about it that makes people feel like they need to compliment me. I actually am not the type of person who gets a lot of compliments on just about anything. I have a resting bitch face, and people don't tend to just talk to me, so I don't get a lot of compliments on just anything. But yeah, Angelique Noire is really a compliment getter for me. I don't know. Most likely to repurchase, I already said, I will definitely be repurchasing Angelique Noire, but most likely to repurchase again are the Mont Blanc Presence Stone Femme, and of course Thierry Mugler Angel. Both of those I have purchased numerous bottles of. I am on my 3rd bottle of the Mont Blanc, and I think it's my 8th bottle of Angel in my lifetime. So yeah, those 2 for sure. Number 13, most likely to splurge on. Well, I would really like to splurge on more like high-end niche fragrances, but it's hard to they're very nature, and I think that maybe that is why people are gravitating towards niche products. because their very nature makes them kind of, you know, unique, obviously, but they're made in such a way that they're done so differently from designer fragrances, even luxury designer fragrances. But it also makes it hard to get into niche fragrances. I feel like the payoff for me would be very low because I'm quite picky about the type of fragrance that I wear or own. In case you haven't noticed, most of my fragrances have a fairly similar running theme. So if I go into multiple niche brands and like really dedicate time to researching, learning about the fragrances, maybe testing the fragrances, and then buying a fragrance, like it tends to be kind of time consuming, to a point where I don't feel like that I'm getting really good return on my investment even without money involved. So there are some niche fragrances that I have purchased from and that I like. House of Miyake was one of my kind of forays into high-end niche perfumery. And that's like when I've got an idea of that I like this brand, then I can really research and dive into. So where I'm going with this is, although I would like to begin to expand my collection to include more quality niche products, I don't really know where to start with this, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to start with that yet. So my actual money in my next most expensive, most likely to splurge on fragrance is going to probably be going to either the Louis Vuitton Matière Noire or a Francis Kurkdjian fragrance. Not Baccarat Rouge, but something else. I'm doing that research right now. So yeah. And then number 14, most likely to disappear on you. Holy crap. I have a Dior Addict flanker, Dior Addict Delice. It is a beautiful fragrance, but I do not know what happens to it. You spray it on and it smells delicious and then it's gone. It's like, see ya, I was never here. I don't know what happens to it. That's when I was talking about how both the Dior Addict Shine and Dior Addict Delice are both they're very different from the original Dior Addict DNA. In fact, I was thinking about doing a video about Dior Addict because I was learning some stuff about the line and its flankers. So that was really interesting, and I think that kind of, some of the stuff that I had read about was kind of the reason why the flankers tend to be disappearing acts, but the original like hangs on, or the old version hangs on. I don't know how long the lasting power is on the new version. But anyway, neither here nor there. My scent that I love to wear, but it freaking disappears on me, is Dior Addict Delice. All right, you guys, that was the last question. I hope that you enjoyed this tag. It is pre-recorded, so when you see this is going to be about probably at least a week after I've actually done the recording, and I'm really sorry about that. I try to record, edit, and upload within a day or two of themselves. But lately, like I said, I just have so much going on. I just have to record when I find time, edit when I find time, and then I just schedule the uploads as I get them edited. So hopefully I will see you again with a new, fresh video very soon. And until then, I hope that you are doing well. I almost said namaste. That's my outro for my my psychic channel. But you can have it here too. Namaste.